Hi everyone. Hopefully, we are live. Just waiting for this to update, and I think I've done it right. Now the reason I'm out at the moment, out and about, wind is probably just trying. So you can probably, there's a bit of wind has really picked up now. I've had to come out. The reason I've had to come out and do this live stream from outside. Hi dog. It's my dog. The reason I've had to come out and do this live stream from outside is because, well, it's bloody hot. It's the hottest day of the year. Just, there we go. I can see me now. Hi everyone. Now I don't know whether I've set this up correctly. I think I have, and I think I should be live streaming now, live to YouTube, as I normally do, and Twitter, and also Twitch at the same time. So if you are watching me on Twitter and Twitch, hi everyone for the first time. So this is my sort of little local park that I'm walking around. Now the reason I'm out here doing this stream from outside rather than back in my little flat or studio as I call it is because it is the hottest day of the year. Now I got back from Amsterdam just 2 days ago, and got back from London yesterday, and I've got lots of videos I want to be talking about and recording, but I can't do them at the moment because in my studio I got a thermometer in there. It's 118 degrees in, well, I say studio, the front room of my flat essentially. So it's 118 degrees. I cannot record a goddamn thing, and there's no amount of fans and what have you that I got to push that air around. It's I cannot stop, especially in those studio lights. You turn them on, and I just end up sweating like profusely, like a pig. So, like I say, I got back from Amsterdam 2 days ago. My girlfriend bought me that trip, as some of you might remember. And she said I was going to enjoy it, and she couldn't believe that I've never been there before. And anybody who's followed my little channel over the last year will know that I bloody enjoyed myself, because it wasn't just the weed, which was brilliant, and the coffee shops and everything that you go to Amsterdam for, but also what I didn't realise was just how pretty the whole place was going to be and how steeped in history it was. We spent most of the time just walking, and the rest of the time just smoking and drinking coffee. It was a absolute lovely place to go. We stopped at a place called the Hotel International. It's got 2 A's at the end, so international with AAL at the end. And it was right in the centre. It's just an absolute brilliant place to stop. I can't recommend it highly enough. The people were there were friendly, and we had a wonderful time. They came back yesterday, ready and recharged and ready to do. Oh, my dog just run off. Ellie, come on. So yeah, I came back ready and recharged to record all these videos, and I can't record anything today, unfortunately. So I thought, rather than me not do anything, I'll go live, do a live stream, and set up this restreaming thing, which I hopefully I've set up. As a lot of you know, I'm not the most technically gifted person in the world when it comes to that sort of thing. Now, there's a load I want to get to over the coming days. I had about 6 or 8 videos I was going to actually do today. If I've set up this restreaming right, I was just going to go live for them all. But there's the latest on Chris Williamson, because that was I haven't recorded any videos for about a week, and that was very topical at the time, and obviously it was topical the other side of the pond as well as this side of the pond, because there's a whole thing with Ilhan Omar and the very same Blairites. You have to excuse me. I've also got a horrible cold as well, which hasn't helped the situation. But these horrible Blairites that have been sticking the knife in with Chris Williamson, these very sound people were sticking up for Ilhan Omar, who has said and gone much further than Chris Williamson actually has. So I've got a video to do about that. Now, there's obviously another article that dropped by CNN just before I went away to Amsterdam, where they turned what essentially was an illegal spying operation done on Julian Assange. They turned that into an article about hackers and Russians. It's hilarious. I mean, considering Julian Assange had, at the time, a program on RT where he actually interviewed a hacker that CNN put in. They just tried to make out, of course, that he was meeting with hackers and they were trying to connect two and two together and say that it was all hackers to do with the election. It obviously wasn't. I mean, he was meeting with people to do with his TV show on RT. But I obviously wanted to do a video about that because that was huge. And the latest on this Iran ships nonsense which happened. Iran obviously have... the word is that they've hijacked a British ship with a British crew, according to the Mail, from what I saw. This British crew apparently had something like 8 Indian people, 2 Brazilians and a Portuguese guy, or something like that. You know, there was no British people aboard. It was literally just flying the British Union Jack. So I have to talk about that as well. There's also the latest while I was away with regards to the Skripal poisonings, and there's a train going back past in the background. And there's the latest on the Skripal poisonings as well. I'm hoping that you can hear me, by the way, because wind hopefully is not as, it's not messing the microphone up too bad. The latest on the Skripal poisonings is that Vladimir Putin had a sit down with Oliver Stone, the great film director Oliver Stone, and confirmed that Sergei Skripal had asked to go back to Russia. He wants to go back to Russia, he says. Now, if the Russians have poisoned him, as Theresa May made everybody tried to make everybody believe, but nobody bought it seemingly. Yeah, that wouldn't make any sense. So I've got to do a video about that sit down with him, and the update on the Skripal poisonings. I mean, Christopher Steele's at the centre of this, as he's at the Russiagate thing as well. So, that's where we need to look there. You need to look no further. There's also a video I need to do on with a very, very intelligent guy who I'm hoping to get on the channel soon. And there's a video that I've done on something that he wrote about propaganda studies. So that's something that hopefully I'll get round to doing in the next week for you. There was something else that I heard while I was away, and that Alan Duncan, who was Secretary of Defence up until, I believe, yesterday, when, obviously that's something else I'll get to in a minute, but when he left his post because obviously Boris Johnson has become Prime Minister yesterday. I know, 160,000 people, 160,000 mostly, I would say, over 55, mostly white, mostly male, mostly rich conservatives, chose who our Prime Minister was in this country, a country with 70 million people, and, probably about, 45 million eligible to vote. But only 160,000 got to choose our Prime Minister. How's that for democracy, Maduro? Hey, take that, Assad. That's why we do it in the old Blighty, mate. We don't mess about with any of this voting nonsense. Forget that. That's rigged. Do it the good old British way. 160,000 rich white people. They get to choose our Prime Minister. Obviously got to do a video about that. And I've obviously got to do a video about... it's been a week since I've dropped a video, so there's been so many incidents of propaganda that I've seen in the media. There was one about, I've got to look into it, but it was an article about Ukraine and linking Italian fascists to Ukraine. The differences in the storytelling between how BBC framed it and how RT framed it was absolutely, it was like night and day, like night and day. And also there was a report that I saw in The Guardian, or rather GCX Q's mouthpiece, as I like to call it, They said nobody's between the ages of 18 and 24 is watching the news anymore. Nobody's watching it on TV. It's like 2 minutes per day. People are watching the news, whereas people over 60, they'll be watching it 33 minutes on average per day. So that's something that I've got to look into. I mean, the younger generation just are not watching it, and the reason they're not watching it is because they realise that democracy is, let's face it, an illusion in this country. And they also know that the media are lying to us on the daily basis. This is the normal now for the media to lie to us and propagandise us. It's actually out of the ordinary when they tell the truth. And this is obviously why people are turned off the media, and especially the younger generation. They're the most clued up. They're the people who get their information from online news channels like mine, independent media, remember, the way to go. So with regards to that, I've got all those videos that I wanted to record today and can't, simply because it's 118 degrees or something like that. I checked, I think it was 2 degrees less than 120 degrees Fahrenheit. Ellie, come on, because there's a runner coming. Come on. So yeah, there's about 220 Fahrenheit in the office, in the studio. So I just couldn't. There's no way I was going to put myself through that, especially with this horrible, nasty cold that I've got at the same time. Now, hopefully, everybody's seeing this, and hopefully I've got the settings correct and everything. I'm not the most technically minded person in the world. And people on Twitch and on Twitter and on YouTube have all seen this video. I'm doing it via Restream, and the reason I'm able to do it via Restream is because you guys, have paid for me to be able to afford the monthly fee. It's only about $50, but as many of you know, I'm on a shoestring budget. If you go over to my Patreon, it's like less than $1,000 a month on there, plus daily donations. That's what supports me. This wind is picking up. I'm hoping that it's not too bad. Probably a bad idea, but it's actually really nice. Yeah, the reason, try and stand behind and try to shield it from the wind battering. Sorry everybody, I'm hoping the wind has died down now, it's not too bad. But yeah, the reason I'm able to do it is because of donations from you. Come on now. Ellie, come on. The reason I'm able to do it is because of donations from you. Now, I spoke a couple of weeks ago of my situation. I'm in the situation now where it's make or break time for me. I can go full time if people support me, and if not, I'm going to have to scale back because this job is going to send me nuts. I know that. This job is going to send me crazy. There's a couple of people who can testify that probably already has. But I'm sort of prepared for that. I'm prepared. It's going to send me a bit loopy, especially looking into all of the propaganda and all of the lies that we see on a daily basis. I'm accepting that it's probably going to send me a bit nuts, but what I really draw the line at is I'm not going to let it make me homeless. Now, I'm not saying that was the case. Certainly wasn't. I wasn't about to be made homeless, but I was put on an order, because I couldn't afford to pay my rent. But at the same time, this is an important thing that I'm doing, and I'm well aware of that. And I needed to go to you and say, listen, I need help. And to be honest, everybody has stepped up. People have stepped up and really supported me. The pickle I was in, I'm not now in, thanks to your generosity. But it won't take long before the wolf, will be back at the door. So I have to make sure that I'm putting the output out there, and the videos, and keeping informed of really what's going on in the world. And that's what I intend to do. And I intended to start it today after my week off and sort of trip to Amsterdam. It's a beautiful city, absolutely beautiful. It really was. And that's what I'm going to do going forward. And we'll see what happens in the next 6 weeks, if I can get up to something, livable on a living wage, and I'll be able to do this full time with your support. I'm sure together we can get there. I really am. Now, with going forward, obviously, I'm going to do those videos as well. And then tomorrow, there's another video. I think it was actually the last video I dropped. Actually, was George Galloway is going to be launching his campaign in Birmingham, I believe. I've forgotten the name of the pub he's doing it at. UB40 are going to be there. So I'm going to head over there and see what's happening. Now, I've left my camera and everything down in London, so I'm going to have to just do it on my phone, but I'm going to go and see what's going on there, because I, like many of you, will be very hopeful that Tom Watson will be disappearing from the Labour ranks very soon, and if it means George Galloway defeating him in an election, then so be it. Like I said in the video, I don't think it will come to that. I think it will have his tail between his legs and run off already. That's another video I want to do, because he did that yesterday at a PLP meeting. I'm just catching up on all these things. So yeah, I'll be over there tomorrow, hopefully. It's nothing cast in certain, but I think I'm like 90% certain I'm going to be there. So yeah, that's it. I just wanted to update everybody on what's going on. Hopefully this restream has worked, and 3 different platforms have seen my ugly mug. And technically, I've been able to pull this off. Thanks very much for all your support, everybody. I really appreciate that. What you've done in the last few weeks has really given me hope that I'm going to be able to do this full time. And now I'm back from Amsterdam and nice and refreshed, I'm sure I'll be able to do it. So hopefully, I'm going to end this stream now and find out that I streamed to 3 platforms simultaneously from my park. Failing that, I'm probably going to throw things down in a huff and go in a paddy, because I'm totally stupid and I can't figure out technology. It's probably going to be the latter, isn't it? Thanks very much, everybody. Hopefully, after the heat wave, hopefully I'll be able to record tonight, maybe. If not, it's going to be tomorrow. I'll stop dropping videos. I've got a lot to talk about. There's a lot of things going on, and we really need as many voices at the moment telling the truth, because there's a lot of lies and there's a lot of propaganda out there. Peace, everyone. Take care. I'll speak to you soon.